Five Star Cleaning Services is a residential and commercial cleaning company. We do houses, we do businesses, we do Airbnbs, we do rentals, just, whatever needs to be cleaned, we're here for it.
Hello and welcome to Caffey and Commerce. I'm your host, Derek, and this podcast is produced by SRP Studios Podcasting. Visit srpstudiosllc.com to learn more about how your business can use podcast-powered branding to elevate your visibility and credibility. If you want to explore how your business can be featured on this podcast, kindly access the form link in the description area of this episode so we can get in touch and discuss the exciting opportunities available to showcase your business. You can follow Caffey and Commerce on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The links are in the description. So today's featured guest and business is 5 Star Cleaning Services, LLC. At 5 Star Cleaning Services, they don't believe in settling for clean enough. When you select them as your go-to cleaning company, you can expect to return to a spotless home or office. They're proud to serve clients in Hernando, Mississippi, and DeSoto County, and the surrounding areas. They are licensed, bonded, and insured, so you can have peace of mind knowing your property is in qualified hands. 5 Star Cleaning Services offers maid, janitorial, carpet cleaning services, and much more. And they offer free in-home estimates. Free, come on, free. Request their cleaning services today, people, to schedule a meeting. Today. Today I'm speaking with Shelly Bogue, owner, operator, and service technician, and Rachel Smith Thornton, Director of Marketing. For more information, before we get started, please visit 5starcleanup.com. All right, Shelly and Rachel, how are you? Thanks for jumping into the fire here.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Happy to have you in the studio. Shelly, you've already been here once. We had a B&I one-to-one.
We did.
I talk about B&I on this podcast because every guest I've had on here has been from B&I. That's why. But and then Rachel, first time meeting you. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Pretty amazing.
Rad in here.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
A little hot though. I got the AC on, but we'll try to get this temperature better. But we are here to just give you a massive commercial and talk about your business at a deeper level than what you can get on the other mediums. I'm not here to pick on other mediums, radio, television, but, digital ads. But so, again, thanks for being here. Let's talk about 5 Star. But first, I'm going to start with you, Shelly. Let's start with just some personal here. Where are you from? And are you from Hernando originally?
So not originally. I am a Mississippi girl, born and practically raised. My father was in the Navy, so I'm a little bit of a Navy brat. Traveled around when I was younger, moved to a lot of different places, but did move back and settle in Mississippi when I was about 12 years old for good.
I'm always curious for children like yourself that's a military brat. Is it hard? You can't keep friends, right? You're constantly getting uprooted and moved. Does it make you so it's easier to make friends because you're so used to making new friends? What is that like?
I have no trouble making friends. That was something that I did learn throughout those years was how to adjust easily in a new place and how to meet people and make new friends. So I'm very outgoing and I consider myself personable. So
you are. You're relatively new. B&I, 3-4 months you've been
started
with us?
in March, so it's been about 3 or 4 months.
And it feels like you've been with us for years, and we all love you. You're personable and you show up and you know how to run the system. She's the referral queen in this B&I. So, all right, Rachel, where are you from?
I'm from Cleveland, Mississippi, but I've also but I've lived all over the state. I've lived in South Mississippi, Central Mississippi, and now I'm up here at the top.
Yeah. So do you live in Hernando now, right?
I do live in Hernando.
Shelly, and do you
I live in Hernando as well.
That's what's up. That's what's up right there.
Oh, yes.
Big fan of Hernando.
100% local.
Yeah, I have a podcast, if you haven't heard about it, called The Real Hernando. So, all right, so the business. So I'm going to let you, Shelly, start and extrapolate from what I just read there and tell us, please, more about your business, where in B&I you only get 60 seconds. Here, take several minutes if you want.
Okay, great. So yeah, 5 Star Cleaning Services is a residential and commercial cleaning company. We do houses, we do businesses, we do Airbnbs, we do rentals, just, whatever needs to be cleaned, we're here for it. So we have very flexible hours. We work before business is open, after business is closed. If people work night shift, we're, available in the evening when they're up and about and getting ready to go to work or have gone to work. I think that's really important when you're running a business like this because, life happens and it doesn't happen on a schedule. It doesn't happen between 8 and 5, Monday through Friday. So
and every client's different.
Every client is different.
You have to mold. So that flexibility is very valuable.
Flexibility is very valuable. And I found that it's been one of the things that has helped us be probably the most successful so far is being as flexible as we have been.
Because I like talking about the unique value proposition. How do you stand out? Clearly, that's an element of how you stick
Absolutely.
out. Is there anything else that you feel that you're doing differently that others aren't doing that brings more value?
Well, we do a lot of the extra stuff. We go the extra mile at 5 Star. So, like your cleaning service, we're going to take out your trash for you. We're going to do the little things. Rachel can speak a little bit more to some of the little extra things that we do.
That's a great segue. Congrats. I mean, you're a podcast already, Shelly. That's a segue. I'm supposed to be doing that, but thank you. So, yes, Rachel, tell us more. Like Shelly just threw it to you.
Right. So what I love about 5 Star is that we're very meticulous and we are going to go the extra mile, whether that's like putting up your Christmas tree that's been in your house for a good while after Christmas.
I would say that's unique.
Oh, yeah.
And sure.
Also like changing cat litter. I've done that a few times for some of our older clients, and we are pet friendly and pet encouraged, and we like to take out your dog sometimes if they're staying home all day and we're going to be there. We'll go take them outside and let them run around a little bit.
Let's pause on the Christmas tree. Do you also come back and take it down?
Oh yeah, no, that's what we're saying. We take it down,
up and down.
Up and down.
Really?
Yeah.
I get the down part, but then you actually will put the Christmas decorations on it. And
we try to help where we can.
I'll give you my address in December.
It's definitely not our go-to thing that we do, but we have a lot of clients that are not able to do for themselves.
That's sweet. It's very sweet of y'all to do, and yeah, those little things will have them come you back. We'll have them invite you back and continue to use y'all. So you mentioned residential and commercial. Let's touch both, but we'll start with residential. Is there a unique, using that word again, we'll pull away from unique. Is there a specific ideal customer that you like working with on the residential side? On the residential side,
we don't have a specific type of customer that we like to work with. I would say anybody that needs a clean space, anybody that needs a clean, stress-free environment that they can live in, that is our ideal client.
Okay, what about on the commercial side? The residential I get, you're helping people. I love that. Christmas tree, yeah. I'm not trying to, hey, who do you not want to clean for? So I shouldn't have asked that on the residential side. But on the commercial, there must be some businesses that might not fit, or is it just as wide open, like you said, for residential, in terms of maybe you're niching down to a budget, or maybe you're only looking for offices that have one floor or to multiple floors. So on the commercial side, is there a niche?
So there is a little bit of a niche on the commercial side. So we clean a multitude of different types of businesses, and we have the ability to, with the different equipment that we have, service different types of industries. But we are a family-owned and operated business, local here to Hernando, serving DeSoto County and the surrounding areas. So we do have a square footage limit that we try to keep it to, and that's about 10,000 square feet. So if you've got an office or a showroom or a warehouse that's 10,000 square feet and below, that's kind of what we're looking for.
Regardless of how many floors?
Regardless of how many floors.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So good to know, because I think in business it's important. You have to kind of niche. You have to make sure, you can handle the job.
Right.
If someone came to you with a warehouse the size of Amazon, it's a different story, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And you have some people would be like, yeah, that's great job. Oh, we got it. Huge contract, but I don't have the people.
Right.
I can't handle it. So you mentioned family operated and owned. What overall, how many people do you have? I know you kind of quickly mentioned, but do you want to give us a better picture of who your staff is? In addition to Miss Rachel here.
So in addition to my right hand here, we have my daughter that works with us part-time. We have my mother that's coming on in July. She's going to be working with us. And my husband, obviously, I drag him into things every chance I get.
Okay.
So,
all right.
yeah. So
you make him put up the Christmas tree, right?
Yeah, well, sometimes. Look, sometimes people need a man's hand, a man's help around the house, and I just so happen to have one.
Is he tall?
So he is very tall.
So that helps.
So
That's
that's
a lot of handiwork.
Yeah.
And we also have Holly. She's one of our newer service technicians, and she helps us in our residential and commercial cleaning services.
Is it part-time or is she full-time?
It's whatever we need it to be right now.
On call.
On call.
On call. So engaging with customers. We already established what you all do for residential. We already talked about all those extra things you do. But how can you personalize your relationship with commercial? Might be it's a little different, right? You're not seeing... You might not even meet the owner. You're just working with a manager, which is fine. But residential, you're meeting the owner.
Right.
You're meeting the very person that is asking for you, where commercial might not be. It might be a little more sterile. But are there ways for you to personalize your relationship with the commercial contracts?
I would definitely say yes. So we have, as I've stated before, we have several commercial contracts, different industries, and regardless of whether it's the owner, the manager, the guy that runs the front desk, we're coming in with a smile on our face. We're coming in, hey, good morning, how you doing? What's been going on? Tell me about what's been going on in your life. Now that's assuming we have the ability to do that. We wouldn't. Go in with customers everywhere and start having a full-blown conversation by any means.
Or go to the president's office, be like, knock, hey!
Yeah.
Oh, you're in a meeting? I'm sorry.
But I think it's important, to say hello, to have that personal connection with somebody on site, even if it is a commercial business, We want to be known as people that can be trusted, people that you come to, when you need help, and people that are friendly and are here to help you.
Sure.
There's too much ugliness in the world today.
Rachel, would you like to add anything to what I just asked Shelly as far as personalizing on the commercial side?
Right. So when you see somebody every week, you're bound to build a friendship with them. And it's better to just start off like that instead of waiting until the time comes where, I can sneak in a conversation. But you want to start off being friendly to all your clients.
Yeah. Take advantage of meeting in the hallway. Hey, introduce yourself. You can take advantage of those opportunities, right? So you're not going out of your way. You're not pulling them out of their way. Just acting like you're part of the job and the business in the hallways. Absolutely. Now, do you do work on the weekends when businesses are closed?
So we never close.
Well, I know you don't. But I'm talking about, like, the cleaners here are here on Sundays. No one's here but me. And I've had to pause recording because of vacuums,
Yep.
So do you go to businesses on weekends where you just got the whole floor to yourself and you're just going?
We will if we get one that would prefer us to come on a weekend. We work 7 days a week, so it really doesn't matter to us which day of the week it is.
I would assume more would want off hours, but no, they want...
Oh, they do,
we work
generally early in the morning before they open.
Gotcha. So there is that space issue, because, you can't be vacuuming around all the cubicles at noon, or 11 when everyone's working. So what time do you normally go in?
So some mornings we start about 4:30.
Yeah, that's early. Rachel's like, I know, right? But you're the director of marketing.
Hey,
you don't clean.
I'm always up.
No, you're a service technician too. You're in the mix as well. But 4:30 start means that alarm's going off 3 a.m. Yeah, that's rough.
Our bodies have adjusted to just waking up naturally at 4.
Just go. Yeah. and that's outstanding. All right, challenges. I'm going to go back to B&I, and I'm going to throw some love to Shelly because everyone is in rotation to do a 10-minute presentation where you can extrapolate and get more than 60 seconds to pitch your business. And it's an opportunity to educate the room on what you do and everything. And yours was fantastic.
Thank you.
And because you taught all the different things that you can do to clean, but what to look for. So I have this category here where I say challenges and solutions. And sometimes that's like, what kind of challenges do you find within your business as an owner? Instead, and we can talk about that too if you want, but I want to talk about the challenges that we'll start with residential they face without maybe even knowing about it. Like I didn't know the sponge was the worst thing ever as far as germs. I didn't know that until makes sense. I would have said toothbrush, but so what kind of challenges do residentials find and what are the solutions that you bring to them?
So a lot of the challenges that that residential customers have are not necessarily things that they are doing or have done or are not doing as much as their time. Their time is their challenge.
Gotcha.
You know, everybody's so busy these days. If you're not working and taking care of the kids and trying to have some sort of a relationship on a personal level, you know, outside of your career, you're taking care of family members other than your children. We've all been there. Just life happens. And nobody has time to do a deep clean on their house, you know, even once a year anymore, because a deep clean is very, very involved. And so that's one thing that we can definitely offer a solution for is if you don't have the time to do, to clean your house, to make sure that you're living in a safe, happy, healthy environment, then call us and we will be more than happy to come in and help you get things up to standard, keep them up to standard, so you don't have to worry about it. You know, you come home, there's no stress of having to clean the house, no stress of having to even wash the dishes. A lot of companies don't wash dishes. We wash dishes.
Another unique proposition?
Absolutely. You know, a kitchen can't be clean if there's still dirty dishes.
I'm a weirdo. I love hand washing dishes.
Really?
It's relaxing. It's like a coping skill for me.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that weird?
Well, we might need a dishwasher.
Yeah, I like sweeping. There's some real, mopping, not so much. But yeah, it's weird. I'm a weirdo. But, you know, I do my best to clean as well. And then I'll have a day where I'm like, okay, I need to dust and everything. So let's give a tip then, because I love that. When you market a business, you're trying to, what's the solution you're solving? What's the problem you're solving? You know, so time, that's great. But I also like education. There's value in just educating your marketplace and kind of giving a tip, you know. So are there any tips that you can throw out to residential where they maybe can do a little thing more often to save from a big problem? Absolutely.
So one of the main things that we see come around annually that people are most upset about in their home is baseboards. Baseboards collect a lot of dust, a lot of dirt. And within a year's time, they go from being a pretty white to a dingy, dark, you know, you've got the little crusty.
And it's easy to overlook, right?
Very easy to overlook. It's on the floor. It's not anything that you look at on a regular basis. And if honestly, somebody else walking into your home is going to see it before you will because you're there all the time.
Yeah.
So one thing that can definitely be done throughout the year, even if it's just once a quarter, is just Swiffer the baseboards. You know, take the long-handled Swiffer and just go around your house, just walk around and Swiffer those baseboards and get that little layer of dust off, 3 or 4 times a year, and that will save you from having to get down and just do a real scrub. A real scrub on your baseboards.
Yeah, I love that. That's a perfect tip for sure. Rachel, do you have anything?
I would say dust is the enemy. Yeah. Check above your doors. Check above your kitchen cabinets, especially.
Oh, yeah. I don't even want to look at mine. I'll look at the top of my refrigerator because I can see it because I'm tall. And I'm like, ooh. Can imagine what... Yeah. Okay, question. Ceiling fans. Man, I don't use mine. And I think now if I have one in my bedroom. If I was to turn that joker on right now, I would have so much dust and dust bunnies and God knows what flying all over my bedroom. what's the best way to, I mean, other than, I guess, just you get on a stepping stool and you just, wipe down your thing. But is there a special technique on cleaning ceiling fans?
Yes, there is. There is a very simple technique to keep all of that dust from falling on top of your bed, which is, 99% of ceiling fans in the bedroom are directly above the bed.
Mine is.
So anytime you get up there to clean that, you're at the risk of all those dust bunnies, all that nasty dust and dirt getting on your comforter, your pillows, your sheets. So there is an easy solution for that, and that is a pillowcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually take a pillowcase and get up to your blades and put the pillowcase over your blades and then just drag it back.
Nice.
And it will catch all of the dust inside of the pillowcase, and you don't have to worry about it falling on your bed.
I love that.
The dust will stain your bedding. It will stain it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I have allergies, so it's like I'm not allergic to the dust on the blades, but the minute you put that in the air, I'm going to be in rough shape for a day or two. So pillow. See, look at that. That is an amazing tip.
The more you know.
I love that. And then people are going to be like, I love that tip, but I still don't have the time to do it. So Shelly, come help me.
Well, that's what we're here for.
5-star cleaning. We need you. Okay. So I think any business owner will understand you have to stay on top of things in terms of educating yourself as a business to then continue to service your customers the best way, whether it's technology coming in, whatnot. In my world, it's AI. I have to stay up with that, utilize it, to my best abilities. It's not going away. I have to ride that wave. In your industry, are there things that you have to keep up with and constantly, educate yourself to stay up with equipment or anything like that?
Absolutely. So we never stop researching. We're always looking for the safest, most effective way to offer our clients a 5-star clean, always. We have researched our floor services. We use all commercial grade equipment in our floor services. I spent countless hours researching the best equipment for those services, whether it be residential or commercial cleaning. We have something to handle it. Just spend countless hours researching products, solutions. Usually always come back to the same products and solutions, though, because we use the best stuff out there.
Yeah, and that's constantly updating.
Always updating.
There's a new product out there that it works as good, with maybe not as a powerful of a scent or something, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And there's always a new material coming out. There's a new type of countertop that's recently come out, and depending on what kind of material you're cleaning, whether it's stone or wood or what have you, there's always a different solution and new stuff coming out all the time.
I didn't even think about that angle. I'm thinking of staying up to date with your equipment and your process and everything, but yeah, the things you are cleaning are changing as well. Different composites.
That's the word I was looking for.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Adjust my tie. No, but that's interesting because you might have a solution that will harm it.
Right, absolutely.
And that's the last thing you want to do is harm their countertop.
Yeah, like a lot of people, I can't tell you how many houses I've walked into and I've asked the owner, what do you mop your tile floors with? And the first thing they'll say, vinegar, 100%. Should never mop your tile floors with vinegar. So basically any kind of stone.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, any kind of stone tile, because vinegar, the acid in the vinegar breaks down stone. So it will actually eat holes in your grout if you use too much of it too often. So it's just not a good cleaning agent for any kind of stone floor.
I think you mentioned this in your presentation. You are not a fan of the magic erasers.
I am not a fan of the magic erasers. They have their own purpose for certain things, but a lot of people like to use them on walls. That is a huge mistake.
I may have several times when my daughter was crayon across the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's a tip though that I use the magic eraser for is I have a calendar, a wall calendar that's laminated, and even some whiteboard markers won't erase, and especially permanent marker on that. Man, those magic erasers wipe that right off. So I even have tips today. Check it out.
Yeah. The problem with magic erasers is that they are not as soft as they feel.
I mean, they are digging into the paint, right?
They are digging into
I wonder if it was Chris Powell, our painter, that mentioned that.
That was Chris that mentioned that day.
Yeah, but
Chris has got a lot of good tips.
Now let's just talk about your life. I see you have dogs, kitties. So you a big animal lover?
Big animal lover. We love animals at 5 Star.
Okay.
We have Axel, a 100-pound German Shepherd at our house.
Ooh.
And he's a big baby.
That's a big bark, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's
a big bark.
It's a big bark and a lot of hair. So,
I bet.
we
So you have a lot of experience in that, don't you?
We understand the struggle with dog hair is real.
Yeah.
And we also have Holly, our little 10-pound Jack Rat Terrier, and she runs things.
One extreme to the next.
Well, yes, absolutely, at our house. And then we have 2 kitties.
Okay. So that's why it makes you pet friendly to
Pet
the residents.
encouraged.
Pet encouraged. So Rachel, extrapolate from that. Encouraged. So
We love the animals.
Okay.
They really brighten our day, especially when we come. And, they're sitting at home alone, too. They love to see somebody.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you had some situations where the dog isn't so happy? No?
I don't think so.
For the most part, they're usually pretty happy to see us when we get there.
Do you have to communicate with the homeowner, though, and be like, pets, awesome, but do we have to be a little worried about a dog not being happy or walking in? Do you have owners that have to kennel their dog?
We don't have any kenneled at the moment.
Yeah.
Not because they have to be anyway. Now, we have some that keep them kenneled just because they think they're going to be in our way, which they are most definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
And
but there's a safety factor here.
there is. There is.
There's a territorial dog.
Oh, yeah, we understand
As
that.
a big of baby as that dog may be, will not be happy someone other than their families walking in, right?
Absolutely. And we usually just tell the owner, if there are special instructions, you just let us know.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously would not walk in and feed anybody's dog without, special instructions to do so. Having had pets in the past that have been diabetic and had other various diseases, we know that that's not something that you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we do get permission for any, if we let them outside, if we feed them or anything other than just general love.
You can't assume that it's good to feed them at that moment.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Well, here's a genuine question from me. I have allergies to dander, especially cats. No cats. But I love dogs, and I can't have one except for the doodle world. And I've had a Shih Tzu before, and it was amazing. I could rub that belly in my face, it wouldn't be an issue. But it's hard to rescue any doodle because they're not in the shelters. People spend a ton of money for them. They're keeping them. I love pit bulls. I love pit mixes. Love them. Biggest babies.
They're
Bad
such
rap
babies.
because there's bad people out there. A bad pit bull has a bad owner.
5
Period.
Star loves pit bulls.
Yes. So even with the short hair, though, it affects me. What are some tips? Let's say I finally just, you know what, I'm going to deal with my allergies and get a short-haired dog. What are some tips that I can do to mitigate my allergies?
To mitigate your allergies, the best thing that you can do with a short-haired dog that sheds is to vacuum.
Just constantly.
Constantly. I would definitely suggest getting a good Roomba.
Okay.
For every room, if your allergies are that bad, because you're going to get tired of vacuuming every day.
And I'm absolutely dog in bed and couch. I have no rules on that. So just continue to get a dustbuster for the couch.
Dustbuster for the couch. Now, they do make, I will tell you, there is a little tool out there called a squeegee. It's basically just a window washing tool.
Oh, so you're using a real squeegee.
A real squeegee.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like the Rain-X ones you get at Walmart with the, you can little adjustable handle on them, or you can get just a small handheld.
And that
one.
works for the long hair?
It does. It works for any kind of hair, human hair, pet hair. If it's on your furniture or in your carpets, you just rub that squeegee, that rubber
Does it
part
work
of
on
that
couches?
squeegee.
And it works on cars.
And in cars.
Oh, like the interior? Yeah, that's cool.
And it's the best thing to get dog hair out of anything, because even your vacuum's not going to get dog hair out of a
It's embedded.
Right.
It just embeds into the fabric,
But
doesn't
that
it?
plastic grabs onto those hairs and pulls them out of that carpet.
There you go. I
So,
mean, we're full of tips today. It's all about educating. See how smart these people are? Use them. 5-star.
call us.
You call them or go to 5starcleanup.com. Do you have a phone number?
We do.
Okay.
662-571-2949.
We'll hit those again. You have an MBA?
I do have an MBA,
In what?
business administration. I actually learned more from being in business, having a career, and starting businesses than I did from going to college, I think.
So what were some businesses you had before 5-star?
So before 5-star, I did do some agricultural financial consulting on my own under Bogue Financial Services.
How long did you do that for?
I only did that for a year before one of my clients contacted me and asked me to come work for them full time and build out their credit department for them.
Okay.
And so I sacrificed the dream of going out on my own and
Yeah. But then you took that security,
took the
paycheck.
security and the
Yeah.
paycheck and went back at it full time for somebody else, and I did that for a while. I did that for a while until I got ready to retire from finance altogether and open 5-star.
Okay, so that was the bridge to 5-star. How long has 5-star been around now?
5-star has been around since January of 23.
All right, relatively new.
Relatively new.
Very cool, but you're busy. You're out there.
We're staying busy, but we'd like to be busier.
Always, always. So what was that experience like jumping in and starting this new business?
Well, I'll tell you one thing that the MBA did for me above anything else was it enhanced my ability to research. So that alone has enabled me to basically go out and research my way through setting up an LLC, getting the ball moving in every area that I needed to, getting all my licensing in place, becoming licensed, bonded, and insured.
If you're a good researcher, you can do it yourself. There's plenty of people out there you can hire, but you can also save some money by researching.
Absolutely, and asking for help too.
Yeah.
Asking for help. Like one of the first things that I did that I was smart enough to do, thank goodness, is reach out to the Chamber of Commerce here in Hernando.
Okay.
And to go ahead and join the chamber and get myself established there. And I'll tell you, Siboney over there, I mean, they don't get any better than her as far
Siboney
as helping people.
Swazina, shout out. Executive Director.
Absolutely. She was just great, and any questions I had, she was there to answer them, and that helped a lot.
When did you join the chamber?
That was one of the first things I did, so we joined in January.
Have you had a ribbon cutting yet?
We have not. I actually
We
just
gotta
emailed
set
her the
that
other
up. We
day.
gotta
I
set
just
that
emailed her
up.
the other day.
Look, I'm a big bad board member. I'll get these wheels turning for you. No. Well, cool. Let me know. I'll know when it happens. I definitely want to be there. Where would the cutting be?
It will be at the chamber.
Yeah, because you don't have an office.
No, we don't. We don't run out of an office right now.
Let's get Rachel talking here a little more here. Have you gone to school? What's your education?
My education is I have a big musical background. I studied music education for 4 years.
Nice.
After that, I taught in a preschool for a little bit and decided that wasn't for me. Teaching wasn't really my path in life.
Yeah.
So now I'm here.
That's actually how she came to join our family.
Well, let's go. Tell the story.
So
Please,
Rachel's
tell the
my
story.
daughter-in-law. I don't
Right.
know if we covered that.
If we didn't,
Not on
ladies and
camera.
gentlemen, Rachel, Shelly's daughter-in-law.
Yes, I met her son when we were 13. He
Whoa.
played the drums, and God, I
see
love
where
a drummer.
This is going out. I see where this is going.
And we were musical lovebirds all the way through college.
You went to the same college?
Oh yes.
Nice. What college was it?
Him and I went to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. We did the band there for 2 years, Band of Gold.
So, yeah, how long have y'all been married?
Been married 2 years.
Awesome. And then Shelly sucked you in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's like, I'm putting you to work.
Oh yeah.
So obviously you have a good relationship.
I recognize talent.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So Shelly seems like she'd be a great in-law.
Yeah,
right?
we're basically best friends.
That's awesome. That's great. See, it goes back to that, how friendly you are, Shelly.
Oh, I try.
Before we wrap up, what does the future look like? Where do you want to take this?
So where we want to take 5-star, to us, the perfect future would be for us to continue to serve Hernando and DeSoto County with, excellent customer service, have pleased, happy, satisfied customers, and just to continue to grow and to continue to be able to offer our services to people in need and to have them satisfied.
And scale the business?
And scale the business, absolutely.
Yeah.
But we will always be local to Hernando.
Sure. The 5-year plan, moving forward on a scalability level, do you see yourself being and wanting to be in position to handle the 30,000 square foot?
If we're successful in everything that we're trying to do, I don't see how we could not get to that point. So yes, I hope we do. But at the end of the day, the main objective is to have happy, satisfied customers.
Right. And you don't want to grow too fast.
And don't want to grow too fast. We want to be able to have those relationships with our clients going forward. We don't see that changing ever. Yeah. We have clients that we talk to every day. We have clients that go out to eat dinner with us. We have that type of relationship with our clients, and that's not something we want to change.
Yeah, because if you scale too fast, then you lose sight of that, right?
Absolutely.
It all becomes growth, contract, build, hire. If you do it slower, and that's just good business anyway.
It is.
Be patient with that scale,
And it's not worth it to me if I can't have the satisfaction of knowing that I've helped somebody, that I've helped somebody achieve a goal that they needed to achieve, that I can see the completed work. I can see that, that the vision has come to pass.
You see the beautiful Christmas tree.
The beautiful clean home, the beautiful clean office, whatever it is. Yeah. There's satisfaction in that.
One last thing, as I mentioned earlier, referrals. What's a good referral partnership with you? What other businesses pair well with you where in either direction that could bring work to you and then that could bring work to them?
So businesses that we would pair well with would be anybody that's doing any kind of work in somebody's home or office, whether it's painting, any kind of general construction.
Painter sees floorboards, nasty. It's called Shelly. You go into a new home, you're like, we can clean for you, but you could really use a new paint job.
Well, we probably wouldn't say it just like that. But
I'm an ogre, so that's why I would. But yeah, you get the point, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can suggest, hey, we see the walls, we can clean them, but maybe it's time for a paint job.
And we just had a situation like that come up not too long ago where we were working on a home that had some children come in and do a little vandalization while nobody was around, and they had managed to get it all over the ceiling and the walls and everything. And you can't clean a ceiling. It's a popcorn ceiling. You just can't.
Right.
You can't put water on it. You can't. There's really nothing you can do other than scrape it and repaint it, or either repaint it. And so we were able to get that client in touch with a painter that was able to show up same day.
There you go.
Which is unheard of these days. So
that's why
we were really happy.
Referral partnerships are so strong.
Absolutely.
They really are. And that's why you fit right in B&I.
Is it okay for me to give a shout out to that painter?
1,000%.
Chris Powell with 360 Painting.
What's up?
100%.
B&I Hernando. But you great guy.
Great guy.
And B&I, not only do you get introduced to people that could be the potential referral partnership, but you build real relationships and you build trust. Simple as that. So
it's like going to visit my family every week.
And what's the name of his business again? Repeat.
360 Painting of Olive Branch.
360 Painting. Yeah, he's great. And he's done painting for other chapter members of ours.
He's done painting for me personally in my home.
Yeah, and great testimonials. So shout out. Now, with all that money you're making, Chris, maybe you can come over here. So, well, so much fun having y'all in here. See, was that easy?
Yeah,
it was.
It wasn't as painful as you thought it would be.
Not at all.
Yeah.
There is just one more thing that I want to add, though.
1,000, go.
That's about the layers of trust that we have here at 5-Star. So, people don't know us before they meet us. You don't have the ability as a cleaning service to establish that relationship on the front end most of the time before you get that call to come in. So it's important for us that you know that you can trust us as soon as we show up. And for that reason, we have several layers of protection on our business. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. We're also certified contractors through homeadvisor.com and Angie.com. We are also accredited by the Better Business Bureau and, of course, members of the chamber.
Yeah.
So
that's critical.
Yeah, and those offer us those extra layers of protection that we're able to offer the customer when we walk in the door and say, hey, these people know us. Yeah. And they say we're okay. So.
And I'm glad you brought that up. The word trust is something that, is a battle word for me, because first you got to get to be known. So you got to get visible. Know, like, trust, B&I, visibility, credibility, profitability, and they kind of intertwine. So the first thing you need to do is get visible, which is why I am a podcaster. That's why we're doing this right now, give you some visibility. Exactly. I'm not trying to sell what I do here, but that's what it is. Now I'll give you an opportunity to tell people how accredited you are. Okay. All right. A little extra level of trust. That's definitely credibility. Mm-hmm. And then they use you and they're like locked in.
Well, just knowing that you went down the correct path to do everything, that people know that you've put in that time and energy into making sure that they can put their trust in you.
Mm-hmm. We'll stop there. Trust. I mean, we should have said that at the very beginning. But all right, Shelly, Rachel, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
And look, doing this is supporting my small business.
Exactly.
Okay. So thank you for that. This is a business. Businesses that you see and hear on this podcast, quite simply paid to be on here. You're sponsoring your own outlet here and supporting a small business, and I appreciate you supporting mine. So I'm grateful for that. Again, 5 Star Cleaning Services, LLC. What's the phone number again?
662-571-2949.
5starcleanup.com. Is there an email you'd like to give?
There is. Any questions can come to info@5starcleanup.com.
Awesome. Rachel, any last words from you?
You can check out our Facebook page at 5 Star Cleaning Services LLC, and our Instagram is 5SCS Hernando.
Awesome. Of course, the younger one's going to know the socials, right?
I don't know that I could operate on Instagram at all.
I'm a Facebook guy, and I sort of manage Instagram and TikTok. The Real Hernando network, where this podcast is on, yes, we have TikTok. But personally, I don't get TikTok. But this podcast is on it. So what you're going to find is, if you're watching this full episode here or listening to it, thank you. But go to therealhernando.com, follow on Facebook at The Real Hernando, Instagram at The Real Hernando, TikTok at The Real Hernando, so you can see their promo clips. We're going to throw 3 different clips out there showing a little tidbit of expertise. But while you're there, follow the pages. Go patronize their business. Go to the description. You'll find their link. Click on it. Go to their website. Check it out, please. So that's how this works. That's podcasting 101. That's how it works. So try that, radio. You can follow Caffey and Commerce on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Everything I'm repeating myself at this point. And that's it. So realhernando.com. Check everything out. 5 Star Cleaning Services. Shelly Bogue. Rachel
Smith Thornton.
Rachel, where's my page? Smith Thornton.
Yep.
So I told you we keep it goofy in here. When I make the mistake, I leave it in because I deserve to be penalized. I'm the host. I shouldn't be screwing up. So I let my goofiness fly. So thanks to everyone for watching and listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you for listening to Caffey and Commerce. To explore sponsorship opportunities and showcase your business on Caffey and Commerce, kindly access the form link in the episode's description or contact us at 615-944-4944. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and all other major podcast channels. And you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Go to therealhernando.com for all information. Thank you for your support and helping us shine a bright spotlight on our local businesses in DeSoto County and Greater Memphis.